Silver has been quiet for years. The headlines don't scream about it, the charts don't flash red or green with drama, and most people have barely noticed. But silence in the market often signals something far more powerful: anticipation. Behind the calm, the wheels are turning. Large investors, institutions, and insiders are positioning themselves for what could be one of the most explosive movements in silver's modern history. You see, silver isn't just a metal, it's a story of scarcity, value, and human behavior all wrapped into one. While stocks rise and fall, currencies inflate, and markets fluctuate, silver quietly holds its place, often overlooked, often undervalued, but never irrelevant. Those who understand it know its potential, and those who don't, well, they may wake up one day wishing they had paid attention. The year 2025 is shaping up to be pivotal. Supply constraints, industrial demand, and geopolitical tension are all converging, and yet the public narrative remains calm. Most investors are distracted by flashy headlines, digital assets, or the latest economic report. Meanwhile, silver moves subtly, patiently, like a predator waiting for the perfect moment. If you think this is just speculation, think again. History shows that metals like silver often move in patterns that defy mainstream attention. They respond not just to market forces, but to human psychology, global crises, and the quiet strategies of the wealthy. And when those forces converge, the calm before the explosion can turn into a sudden, dramatic surge. Stay with me through this video. By the end, you'll understand why 2025 could mark a turning point for silver, why timing matters more than ever, and how to interpret the signs the mainstream is missing. Let's talk about supply. Silver isn't infinite. Mines around the world produce a limited amount every year, and new discoveries are rare. Industrial demand for electronics, solar panels, and medical devices continues to grow, quietly absorbing a large portion of silver production. And while the public rarely notices these details, the wealthy and institutional investors do. They track production, depletion, and stockpiles like hawks. Meanwhile, geopolitical tension adds another layer. Trade restrictions, mining policies, and global uncertainty can suddenly shift supply availability. A small disruption in a major mining region or a change in export laws could ripple through the market, creating scarcity overnight. And scarcity, as history has shown, drives price explosions. It's not just supply, it's timing. Silver has historically moved in cycles, periods of quiet accumulation, followed by sharp, dramatic price increases. Those who understand these cycles know that patience is critical. The calm today is not a sign of weakness, it's a signal that positioning is happening behind the scenes. Institutions are quietly stacking silver, preparing for the moment when the market finally recognizes its true value. And here's the subtle truth. Silver doesn't always move in isolation. Its price is influenced by gold, by inflation, by interest rates, and by global monetary policy. When central banks print money, or when fiat currencies weaken, silver often responds as a hedge, a quiet protector of wealth. Those who can read these signals can anticipate movements before the headlines even appear. Stay with me. In the next section, we'll dive into historical patterns and show why silver in 2025 might be on the brink of something extraordinary.
Section 3. History rarely lies. If we look back over the last century, silver has experienced periods of explosive growth after long stretches of quiet accumulation. In the 1970s and early 1980s, silver surged from under $2 an ounce to over $50, fueled by geopolitical tension, inflation, and a surge of investor interest. It wasn't sudden. The groundwork had been laid for years. Cycles like these are patterns, not coincidences. They reveal how human psychology, scarcity, and market dynamics interact. Investors who recognize these cycles gain an advantage, while those who rely solely on headlines are left chasing prices after the surge has already happened. and 2025 shows signs of repeating history. Industrial demand continues to rise, silver stockpiles remain limited, and uncertainty in global markets is growing. Interest rates, inflation fears, and monetary policy all create a backdrop where precious metals, silver in particular, can shine. But there's another subtle force at play: the wealthy. Not just any investors, but those with insight, connections, and capital to move markets. They quietly accumulate silver, often through private channels or large-scale contracts. By the time the average investor notices, much of the upside may already be claimed. The calm before the explosion isn't just a market term, it's a real opportunity window, often visible only to those who know where to look. And here's the most important insight: silver doesn't need headlines to act. Its value grows quietly, often unnoticed by the public, until a tipping point triggers awareness and rapid price movement. Understanding the groundwork now is crucial. It's your chance to anticipate rather than react. In the next section, we'll analyze macroeconomic factors and global signals that could drive silver prices higher in 2025 and why ignoring them could be costly. Section 4. Ending and CTA. Silver has been quiet for years, but the signs are clear. 2025 could be a turning point. Supply constraints, industrial demand, and geopolitical tension are converging while the wealthy quietly position themselves for the surge. The calm we see today is not a lull, it's preparation, strategy, and opportunity hiding in plain sight. If you've been watching carefully, you now understand why timing matters. Silver cycles, historical patterns, and the subtle influence of the global elite all point to a moment where awareness will turn into action and opportunity. The question is, will you be ready when it happens? If this video opened your eyes, hit the like button, subscribe to Finance Lens, and share it with those who need to see the truth about silver. Don't just watch, stay informed, stay aware, and position yourself wisely. And here's a hint of what's next. While silver quietly prepares for its moment, gold is facing a challenge of its own. In our next video, we'll explore, is gold losing its throne? The battle of real assets. A story of power, value, and the shifting balance in wealth that could redefine investments for 2025 and beyond. Smash that subscribe, turn on notifications, and join our free Telegram community to stay ahead of the market before the mainstream catches up.